Plaintiff Raven Brooks and her mother Renee say Renee took the defendant into her home when Raven was a child, and Raven looked to her as an aunt. Raven claims she flew to where the defendant lives and moved in with her, but she's suing for babysitting fees, half a plane ticket, and emotional distress. Defendant Patricia Holly insists she never offered to pay Raven for babysitting her children. Patricia claims Raven fell asleep while she was alone with her children, and on the day she moved out, she attacked Patricia, so she's countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I've been knowing the defendant since I was 5 years old. My parents brought her into our home when she didn't have nowhere to go or didn't nobody else want to take her. So she stayed with us. We had a good life together. She was my auntie, I was her niece. She babysitted me while my mom worked and my dad worked.
Yes, hi. First of all, I'm glad to be on your show, and I love Doyle. But anyway, I'm Raven's mom. I'm Renee, and what you said is true. My husband and I, we did take Patricia in, and she told me that, she lost her mom, she lost her grandmother. Her grandmother was her guardian, and after she lost her guardian, she really didn't have nowhere to go. She did call me, and she wanted to come. She asked me, Renee, can I come and stay with you guys? And I called. She also has some brothers, which are my stepbrothers, and I called them and let them know that I got this call from Patricia. Can you guys help her? They told me no, they could not help her. So I told my husband, we have to go and get her. We went and got her, and we took her in as one of our own.
How long ago was that?
She was 16.
Okay. How old are you now?
31.
All right.
Yes, and she had gotten a job. Okay. She had developed a lot of friends.
All right, let me allow her to give some background. You're talking about things 15 years ago, and we got to kind of move it up.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Renee and them did come and get me after my grandma passed away. I stayed with them, and I worked, and I supported myself. And while I was living with Renee and them, I babysitted Raven, and I also cooked for Bobby, and I made sure the house was clean, and I kept secrets that Renee had in the household, and I also I was a loyal sister to her, and I was also a loyal auntie to Raven, and I also was a loyal sister-in-law to Bobby.
All right.
When Renee was in
I'm glad to hear that your sister did not say anything negative about you, and so I'm sure you're not going to say anything about her secrets that you claim to know. All right, good. All right, let's fast forward up to modern days. Have you been getting along? You and your niece and sister, have you all gotten along for the most part in the last several years?
Yes, on and off.
Right.
She never had my back. She's always turning against me. She talk about me with
over what?
So-called, just anything.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think she turned on you after taking you in and caring for you all these years? Why do you think she suddenly turned on you?
I really couldn't tell you.
Never
That's
asked?
just average Renee.
I never turned my back on you.
She what?
She just average Renee.
Average? Was she average when she took you off the street?
I really wasn't on the street. I was actually in Kentucky.
What, was she average when she moved you into her house? Let's say that. She was average?
Yes, she was.
Okay, well, you're confused. An average person don't take people that are not their children into their house and take care of them. So you're confused.
Average Renee.
Average? Was she average when she took you off the street?
I really wasn't on the street. I was actually in Kentucky.
What, was she average when she moved you into her house? Let's say that. An average person don't take people that are not their children into their house and take care of them. So you're confused.
Plaintiff Raven Brooks and her mother Renee say Raven is suing her aunt, who claims after she took Raven into her home, Raven attacked her.
You're suing for babysitting fees and a plane ticket and emotional distress.
Yes, sir.
How so?
Because, with the plane ticket, she called me. She said that she would like for me to help her watch her kids while she worked. So she told me that she would pay half for me on my ticket, go half with me, and she would pay me as soon as I got there.
When was the last time you asked?
Asked her for the money?
Yes.
Before I left.
Before you left to come here?
No, before I left Alabama.
What'd she say?
She was going to give it to me, but I never got it.
Okay, she did say she would give it to you? She didn't deny owing it?
Yeah, she did deny on this text message.
Okay,
she
show
said,
me what she said. You have anything that says she would give it to you?
I have what she said that she's not going to give me.
I know. So she said yes and no?
Yes.
Okay. What about the babysitting fees? How does she owe you for that?
She owed me $300 for 3 weeks.
What was the agreement?
That she would pay me $100 at the end of the month. I mean, at the end of the week, every Friday.
Okay.
From June 5th till I got there, and I left June 27th.
All right. When was the last time you mentioned your money to her, asking for payment?
June 27th, the day I left.
What'd she say?
I could forget about it.
Did you ask her why?
No, we had gotten into an argument.
Okay.
She jumped on me.
That's not
That's
true,
a lie.
Patricia.
All
That's
right.
not true.
Let me hear from you.
Okay, Raven came down in June. I was actually working at the Waffle House when she got there. My checks was $200 a week. I wasn't going to dare pay her $100 a week to watch my kids.
Was she working at a Waffle House?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
And she watched my kids, and I worked at the Waffle House probably 2 days when she was there, and I quit and started another job a week before Raven's left. The 2 days that I did leave Raven at the house, when I got home around 2 o'clock, I worked from 7 to 2. Raven was still asleep. My 12-year-old daughter had my 2-year-old. She slept both times.
That's a lie.
And then I stopped working at the Waffle House, and I started working the week that Raven left, prior to Raven leaving. I started working.
That's a lie, Your Honor. She started
All right,
She
ma'am.
started
Please
working
be
before
quiet.
I left.
I started on a Wednesday. Raven left on a Monday of the prior week. I worked midnights, and at the time I was going through relationship problems, and I was like in and out of hotels at the time. Me and my boyfriend was going through a lot, and Raven stayed at the hotel with me. And the 2 days that she did have the kids at the hotel, I called the kids, said Raven was not in the room, she was not with them, and that they didn't know where she was at. And then one of the days she watched the kids at my house, which was on a Monday, the day I moved into my new place. Raven had fought my son, my 10-year-old son at the time, the night before. So I wasn't going to leave her with my kids anymore after that point. And then the day she left, Raven jumped on me. She fought me.
So you gonna keep lying?
Ma'am, and see, she gives me the impression that everything you say is true based on her actions today and her demeanor. Her mother has to keep calming her down and telling her to stop. So I believe everything you're saying.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And Raven jumped on me. I asked Raven to come help me move the stuff out of the truck to the car. And Raven said, I'm not doing the blanking thing. And I said, all right, where's your mother and them at? Because by this time she hadn't called her mother and them to come and get her from Alabama. And she had put her stuff by the front porch. Raven commenced to going down to my truck as I was getting my stuff out of my truck and start throwing stuff. I asked Raven 3 times, can you please stop throwing my stuff, Raven? Can you please stop throwing my stuff? The 3rd time, Raven grabbed the stuff and was finna throw it at me. So I grabbed Raven's wrist. When I grabbed Raven's wrist, Raven turned around, jumped out the truck, and started swinging and fighting me. I grabbed Raven. I didn't want to lose my place. I did not fight Raven. I just grabbed her and I asked her, what are you doing, Raven? She just looked, and my nephew at the time was there, and he grabbed her. He said, this is your auntie. And he grabbed her. When he grabbed her, she embedded her nails in my skin. And so when her mother and them pulled up to get her, yes, she was outside. I did not throw her stuff out. I did throw a picture of her that I had.
Hold on, ma'am. What did you want to say?
Before we got there, she told me on the phone.
Who?
Patricia told me on the phone that when Raven landed, she was going to give Raven half her money back. She did tell me that, and my husband.
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the assault.
Okay, and as far as the assault, I wasn't there. I can't say what happened, but I don't believe my daughter is not a fighter.
All right.
She's not a fighter. I know that.
Everything she said about your daughter.
Okay,
your daughter
that's
has
fine, but
demonstrated temperament problems right in front of my face, right here in my courtroom. You couldn't even control it. You tapping on the arm every time she getting ready to go off in here. Hold on, baby. Don't you go off. So
Can
please.
I say one more thing to you, though? And she also told us that she had her own place when she moved down there.
Okay.
We didn't find out that it wasn't her place until her boyfriend put her and my daughter out.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Your emotional distress is for the assault that you're referring to?
It was for the assault, and also Raven posted that her and Renee and them stood outside my apartment for about an hour. Oh, I'm gonna get you kicked out this blanking apartment and this, and posted a picture on me looking out of my blinds. And she just, and during my arguments with my boyfriend, she recorded all my arguments and sent them via text.
Ma'am, did you do this?
No, sir.
Okay. And you didn't put anything on Facebook about it?
I mean, I did put her picture on Facebook, but you cannot tell that is her, sir. She's standing in the window.
She could tell.
Yes.
But it's
She
off.
could tell.
I
If
deleted
she can
it.
tell, other people can tell.
Plaintiff Raven Brooks and her mother Renee say Raven is suing her aunt, who claims after she took Raven into her home, Raven attacked her.
The plane ticket and babysitting fees.
Well, I didn't never tell her I would pay her for babysitting. I told Raven, you come down here, I will look out for you, meaning that
Was she paying your rent?
No, she didn't
She
pay
wasn't
any of
giving
them.
you a dime?
No.
And staying in your house
Yes.
with you? Good enough. Plane ticket?
Well, Raven never gave me an amount. This is my first time ever knowing the
All right,
amount of
well,
the
we're
ticket.
going to find out today. You have your receipt for the plane ticket? Why don't you just tell me then? Just tell me.
My amount was $262.
$262?
Yes. And,
So she owes half of that?
Yes.
$262 sound about right?
Yeah,
All right, that's $131 for the plane ticket. All right, what do you want to tell me about these assaults and the emotional distress you're suing for?
Okay, sir. When she saw I jumped on her, I did not jump on her. She didn't have anything in her trunk for me to throw at her. When she grabbed me, okay, of course I tried to hit her back, but I didn't get a chance to. I didn't even
Why
get a
did she
chance
grab
to
you?
touch her because my cousin had pulled me away.
Oh, she grabbed you because
Yes, she
your
grabbed
cousin
me.
had pulled you off.
No, I said.
There you go again. I'll give you $131. I believe everything else about you she told me. You have temperament problems that you've displayed here. You have an inability to act in a professional manner in a courtroom. She was very specific about her testimony, very convincing. You started out contradicting yourself just now. That's why I stopped you. I'm not going to listen to any more of that nonsense.
That's fine.
Judgment for I know it's fine. There you go again. In fact, I'm going to dismiss all of your case for contempt. Now, is that fine? It's still fine? $1,500 for the counterclaim. And have a good day. Hope that's fine.
There's always
No, you
plan
still
C,
was wrong.
Plan B.
We never put you out. You shouldn't have put my baby out.
I'm coming down there to
was
small
wrong.
claims.
Don't
I'm still
contact
gonna get
me
my
no more.
money.
I'm done with y'all.
No, you ain't done.
with
You
us,
ain't
Patricia.
done.
Done
You
with
ain't
you.
done.
How you gonna
I'm
take-
be back. I will get my money.
I have lupus.
How you gonna call and tell
are
me you
wrong.
love me,
You
but you
did
don't
my
love my
baby.
baby
You're wrong.
and my
I'm
wife?
gonna pray for
Shut
y'all.
We praying for
we
you.
gonna pray
You
for
need
you.
it.
Don't sell Alonzo pills either.
There's nothing we can
I'm
do.
going
I
to small
love
claims
her.
down
I
there
still
because I'm
love
getting
her.
my money. I don't
She's not
care.
getting nothing.
You saw I'm crazy. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. You need help. Your mama need help.
No,
Uncle
I
Bobby,
don't
I
need
still
help.
love you.
I know I got an attitude problem. That's what ruined my
I need
case.
help.
But I'm
I
going
have
to get
not
my money.
contacted
My daughter
y'all,
has
and
an
I'm done.
attitude problem. Yes, she does.
Yep,
But she's
and
not
she needs help for it. And she needs help for it.
She's the one
She-
calls us all the
she
time.
talked to
stressed
them
out.
like they're
We
like
ain't
she
stressed
grown.
out.
With
We're
her
fine.
friends,
I
man, because she ain't got no
always
friends
respected
now.
her.
And I always respect you, and I always will, Uncle Bobby. But Renee and Raven know that. I took
you
care of
talking to-
Raven when
this
she
is
did.
my husband.
Okay,
So
and
you
I
think
talk
he don't
to him
respect
because I
you?
can't talk to y'all.